side. Speaking of which, they're going to be starting on the CT side, FNATIC on the T side. And here we go. I'm seeing 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs being picked up by FNATIC. So, I mean, that's not a clear indication of anything in particular, but it's a it's a fair amount of utility to be used on a pistol round here, and a lot of smokes. So 2 smokes on the MOUSESPORTS side as well. Want to make sure they can get a defuse if they need to.
Ooh, JW and Crims. That's a big fight for Golden to win. They go head-to-head, the in-game leaders. JW as well, picking off Frozen. This is fast-paced. And can MOUSESPORTS recover in time? One is crossed. There goes Chris J at the bomb train. And FNATIC is ruthless in this pistol.
Yeah, I like the dedication to the cause there. Golden just charging that pop dog position. And picking up the kill too. Woxic and Robs isolated from each other, unable to actually, do much of anything to work together. There are no grenades to be thrown anymore, so you could do what you can here, but it's probably not going to work out. JW catching Robs, and Woxic back here. Nice mid-air shot. He turns for it. A brilliant follow-up. It is starting to look cool. It's not going to win in the round, but looking cool is still pretty important. Don't underestimate it, kids. He's trying to get a little bit closer and trying to see if he can do more. Nearly another one, but it will be FNATIC to pick up the round.
Yeah, that's a nice pistol, and I mean that didn't even feel like it was anything super coordinated. That was fast-paced, aggressive towards box holes. Golden pushing down ladder room right off the bat. Everyone found their fights, and it's when they win their fights that you start to see the really cool cohesion between the FNATIC players, when they're all kind of exploiting the same weakness in the defense that they find. 1-0 for FNATIC. Scout on Woxic, Famas on Chris J, and 3 Deagles picked up.
Yeah, so I mean, could be dangerous here for FNATIC, but I think it's one of those rounds where, again, if they're not given the space, MOUSESPORTS, to slowly take fights, if FNATIC just sort of set up and then go for it, probably not going to be able to stop them, I expect. And they have a UMP and a MAC-10, so they could send those in early. Oh, there's a nice... That's what I'm talking about. The slow pickoffs that sort of dribble in one at a time, that's what they need. And there's a good kill from Chris.
Yeah, not even taking too much damage for it, even with the weaker weaponry. And FNATIC still spread across the map. They can't take advantage of anything anywhere. And a Khalil now picked up from Kerrigan. This just goes from bad to worse for FNATIC. A lot relying on JW at the moment. He's at the end of Ivy with the UMP, but he's not convinced he actually wants to make a play quite yet. Crims is going to wrap around down the stairs and meet up with Golden in T-mid. You have to imagine Flusha as well will come to this direction. 50 seconds on the clock. Timing is everything for this.
It looked like maybe that could have connected with someone. 40 seconds. It's not exactly worrying yet. And look at how far JW's got.
They got JW out.
Yeah, he's all the way back here. He's got the right idea. 30 seconds. He's got another 10 seconds. We could sneak in. All he needs is 1 kill, and everyone has to turn around and look for him. So just wait for that one to come through. 24 seconds now. Chris will get one more before he goes down, and JW hasn't found anyone. This is taking a long time all of a sudden, and Kerrigan's still hiding in here with the Galil. He's going to drop the bomb on the ground, and finally JW gets put into play, but this is so late. 10 seconds on the clock. They're in a lot of trouble. Woxic, look at it. He's going to swing wide. Surely he's going to come for him. JW trying to put that bomb down, and he actually will be successful. Crims with a shot, and Woxic, he was a second too late, and Crims will take him down. And man, it might have been all for nothing.
I can't believe Frozen didn't come through that smoke when Crims gets that first kill. That needed to be a punish. He is in the perfect position that whole time, never pulled the trigger on the play. Oh, FNATIC gets away with one. And I mean, listen, it's a weird round. It almost felt like JW should have secured that round for FNATIC far before he actually did. That play was so perfect, getting him out and out through Ivy and around the back halls and Old Bomb. He just never actually saw anyone by virtue of some unlucky timing. But man, MOUSESPORTS was primed to take that round.
Yeah, I mean, it did.
Right here, I cannot believe Frozen did not come through.
Yeah, he was certainly thinking about it, but yeah. Some stress for the MOUSESPORTS coach.
Coach cams are great because you just get to see what it's like to be so invested in a match without any ability to actually influence the decisions being made.
Yeah, you can't even be the one to pick up, the slack if you need to. Yeah, it must be frustrating. Let's see. MAC-10 here on Golden, so that's why he's being so active out here. And they don't have any armor, so should be Should be easy if anyone's still alive by the time he finds them.
Well, again, some unlucky timing. One's on top of the train, and he just narrowly missed out on that. Chris J comes through. Unfortunate for Golden. Just a MAC-10 being lost, though. And they know where Woxic is, so Smoke's going to clear. He's going to go down 3-0 for FNATIC. They've got a good start on this T side so far.
And the first real test coming up. Instant double orb. Buying right into it on the MOUSESPORTS side. Again, somewhat predictable like it was with ENCE. You know, there's some of these teams that just... They have the firepower. It's hard not to pick it up. All AKs on the FNATIC side. And, I mean, yeah, FNATIC off to a good start. Odds are favoring them, as you could tell down at the bottom center there. Still not that far apart. I think people are remaining a bit agnostic about who actually is going to be picking this one up. It's too soon to tell. Double orb, though. Does look at the grenades. They've already used all of them. They've got 2 smokes left.
Oh dear, Crims about to turn this corner. He knows where Rops is. Gonna back away, but that gives Flusher the perfect opportunity. Even Chris J with the op was starting to look towards upper ramp because Crims had made his presence known. How do you recover? Crims not looking. Good aggressive play. The cover of FNATIC's own smoke allows Chris J to get a leg into this bomb site.
That's actually a ridiculous kill. And now Frozen taking out Flusher through the smoke. But JW, could he sneak in over at Ivy? He's got the right idea. If he keeps moving, he'll probably catch him with the scope being up there. A little bit of a chance, but not quite. And now he might be in a bit of trouble. The grenade won't take care of him. The follow-up, and he legs him. JW low on health. 3 on 3, but at least they're going to get a bomb plant here. Kerrigan wants to go for the swing, and he'll stop it. What a play coming out. And now Frozen and Chris... Look at how low FNATIC are on health. They'll still get the kill. JW there with the AWP.
Ooh.
This is a crazy round. I can't believe it. Chris running up. Can he stop the bomb one more time? No, this time it's going to go down. And now he's in trouble and he's going to get dropped. I can't believe what happened in this round.
I'm so sorry for the noises. I cannot believe Chris J just missed that shot out of the plant. Brolin hops over it right after getting the bomb down. And again, just crazy aggressive plays from JW. It's a perfect lurk in towards Ivy. Man, that is so close. Leg shot doesn't connect. If it does, the round is over. Good trading from FNATIC because it felt like MOUSESPORTS had the answer to so many of the problems.
Yeah, I mean, I just actually can't believe it. When Kerrigan gets that first kill, you know it's trouble, and then somehow they still bring it back. Nice shot from Frozen. Golden not making any headway out there. And Woxic, I think he did just spot someone there. They're being pretty active about it. MOUSESPORTS
He actually did Crims as well.
Oh, did he? Fair play.
Yeah, 1 tap to 53 HP. That had to have been a dink at that range. So, 4 on 4. The weapon is not recovered on the MOUSESPORTS side. It's just the scout on Rops. And that's over towards the inner bomb site, playing very passively. FNATIC is just going to head there straight up. 4 players going to find their way in. Should be relatively free, unless there's some craziness from Rops. Although, we did see a pretty good scout sequence from him on Mirage the other day. And now MOUSESPORTS hears no noise, sees nobody outside. So they've rotated everyone in towards the B bomb site for a stack. Now it gets really dangerous.
Yeah, it does. Frozen inside on the actual bomb train with a deagle. That could be scary. I mean, it could be hard checking this if you just get close. You just want to put the bomb down. So far, no kills coming out from MOUSESPORTS. A quick trade as Robs will get a headshot there, but yeah, they found Frozen. They knew where, or Kerrigan, they knew where he was dropping down. So Robs all the way in the back with the scout, and it will be a bomb plant. I think that probably turns it in favor of FNATIC quite heavily. Molotov on JW, but
oh, that's a good find.
That's an incredible find. Rob's taking down Brolin. Woxic, he can't. How does he get into play? That Molotov is holding him back. And there's another one. Rob's.
Oh, another one.
Another headshot. This is just brilliant play. JW forced to come back down for a little bit of action. He's going to catch Woxic. And now the problem for Robs is he doesn't have a kit or anything to sort of force JW into the fight. He also has no armor, so you have to expect it's going to be tricky. Throwing it out, and Robs! He actually picks it up anyway. What a beautiful round that they're still going to lose, but that's magnificent.
Yeah, I don't think actually JW's got to be careful. That alone towards Rops could have been an awkward situation, but yeah, he already knew he had the win. He knew as soon as he swung, either Rops is going to get off the bomb and take the fight and win it, or He wins the fight, and Rops goes down anyways, but he knew there was no chance for the defuse to come in. FNATIC get away with one there. That's some good shooting with the scout from Rops. But 5-0. MOUSESPORTS need a response right now. They need some kind of a rebuttal.
Got the FNATIC fan cam going on. People are rightfully excited, and it should be. Roland now started to warm up a bit with an early fight here. And again, this is finally a buy round out of MOUSESPORTS. It's been a long time coming. They got the double up. If they lose this round, that's going to be such a punch in the face.
Brolin is just dueling everyone at the moment. He's fighting. There's no smokes down at the range. He's going against Ops, against AKs, and JW again is just being a nuisance at the end of Ivy. I love the way he plays this Ivy position from the T side. That's another kill for Golden, and they have just slowly crept up. Based off the success and the positioning of Brolin, they have felt so comfortable getting down all these lanes. Rops finds a kill. That's JW again pushing the envelope at Ivy, but he's in a 1 versus 3.
Make it a 1-on-2 quickly there, tapping. Oh, but almost letting go of Golden. That's kind of a little bit of a risk there. Flusher will take one down. I don't think FNATIC care about losing the 3 members. I think they care about taking away all the guns, including the 2 AWPs there on MOUSESPORTS. 6-0 in their favor. Man. It's a bit of an uphill battle right now for MOUSESPORTS.
Yeah, it's not looking good. This is a very flat-footed MOUSESPORTS. They've got a decision to make as well. Frozen has bought up the FAMAS. AWP is picked up over for Walk 6, so MOUSESPORTS is going to buy up into this, but they're finding no way to contain anything that FNATIC is doing. It's incredible how much space they gave Brolin to work with. Yeah, he got that first kill. That's a player trying to be aggressive towards ladder room, but he could sit over towards E-Box, and he was going between E-Box and the train, and nobody was able to pick him off. He had free reign of which fight he selected.
7th round coming up. If they fought another AWP again, the round loss bonus obviously kicking in really nicely for MOUSESPORTS, but I don't know. How do they stop this?
I find this to be a very risky force buy. Yeah, I know you're down 0-6 and you want to start putting rounds on the board, but you even have Chris J not fully investing. If Rops goes down here, it's all over. They might have to save. I don't even think they should go for this. They're way too invested in this round to sacrifice everything. They need to back off with the op. This is straight up disrespect for FNATIC. I love it.
It's the best kind of FNATIC, isn't it? Like, you could tell that Flusher had that idea in mind the whole way through, like the flashbang, the full-on follow-through. He just knew, I'm just going to catch this guy at the corner and keep going. And yeah, 1 kill to win the round. Boom. MOUSESPORTS quick to realize, to their credit. I mean, that's at least something, right?
Kerrigan was coming over like he wanted to try and create an entry point for the retake, but as soon as that Molotov hits the choke point, there's just no point. Especially, as I mentioned, I think even MOUSESPORTS realized the significance and the implications if they were to lose that force buy or lose all the weapons in that force buy.
Yeah. 7-0. What absolute madness to begin this game with. And again, they're on the T side of train. This is, I mean, if they were on the CT side, at least we could sort of say, yeah, but you know, MOUSESPORTS, they could just get a 4 rounds, maybe find them somewhere, still have a chance here. But this is starting to look really grim. More double up though.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, Chris J dropped the op over to Rops for the double AWP setup, but Woxic has 3900 and didn't drop him back a rifle. It's still just Chris J stuck on a deagle. That's a nicely timed nade, and I feel bad. Frozen probably deserved to win that fight, and it just goes the other way. Flush is going to push up, and this is the problem. You ask how they can win this map, or how they can start putting a stop to FNATIC, is you cannot let them have this much control of the outer yard round after round.
Yeah, they're just going for it. JW catching Chris, he saw him already. He knew. Robs with a 1 versus 3, and again, I mean, percentage-wise, not worth going for. It's different if you can sneak in a bit of a surprise and get a kill and make it a 1-on-2 quickly, but they'll know before you get even close to this bomb. So, wow, 8-0.
It's unfortunate for MOUSESPORTS this round because they actually did the right play. They, putting utility. Oh my God.
Well done.
What are you supposed to do about that? They actually put the utility in the right place, right? They had the nade towards ladder room, a Molotov to follow it up, so if anyone swung into the nade, they would burn. And it's just wild that they still lose that fight. Frozen can't win that duel of, I believe it was Crims fighting in the flames. And then once you have that much access to the site, it's just like, what are you going to do as the defense if you're constantly being pushed back? Your ops are stuck behind smokes. You had Chris J with just a deagle as one of the defenders out there. There's not enough strength in this hold outside.
Well, doubling up down towards Pop Dog in case there was a quick fight. They did throw some grenades at main this time in an attempt to stop FNATIC from doing what you were talking about, fanning out on that bomb site. And Woxic and Chris have a setup down at Ivy. So again, they've left Robs alone inside, but now FNATIC are not going too aggressive. So some of those early grenades, you know, not doing as much as they would like, and they don't have that many left. And definitely that's an issue.
Well, it's nice of FNATIC to at least give some breathing room over to MOUSESPORTS. This one will be quiet. Golden getting a pop flash. Again, Chris J. Apparently, he's just turned into the bank for his team. This is, what, 3 or 4 rounds in a row that he's had the deagle while the rest of his teammates had rifles?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of a, you know, an annoying job to have, I guess, but not surprised.
How do you deal with this play from Golden? There's not enough players outside. There's not enough players outside to handle this.
Yeah, I don't know. He's already spotting one. I don't think he realizes yet, but he actually has someone in his field of view. There we go. Took him a hot minute. That's funny,
What
isn't
is
it?
that? Good recovery from MOUSESPORTS outside so far, but surely. Imagine outplaying a team so much that you can just stand there and have a glimpse of your opponent without realizing it for like 10 seconds and still find the kill at the end of the day. Crimson Flusha in a 2-on-1 against Rops, and it goes without saying that MOUSESPORTS need this.
It was the old T-Rex trick, right? As long as he didn't move, he just couldn't see him. So that apparently works on Golden as well. Robs in Flusher in a 1-on-1, and it would be huge for MOUSESPORTS if they can finally pick up a round. Well, now he's seen him. A little bit of a flashbang to do something. I don't think Flusher really cares at this point in time. And he does have a kit, so he can find the kill right now. That would be it. He's going to pick it up and fall back down right on the bomb, and I think he just has it. That is a huge win here, and I again, did look like FNATIC were going to run away with this round, so 8-1.
Yep, that's a nice little clutch. That was a clean shot onto Crims that gave him the time to deal with Flusha. 8-1. FNATIC running away with it, and this is MOUSESPORTS. This is basically where they have to put a stop to that. They have to rattle off so many rounds in a row. They cannot afford to lose here because they're going to invest everything. All their cash goes into this round.
Well, we're about to find out if it was just the one round or if there's something more behind this. If you know, they were just slow to start, if they could start to fight their way back. It's a very long way back. Double up is back there. They still don't have that many grenades, and again, it always is painful when you finally do win a round, but it's a one-on-one, you know? It's just not a good beginning.
Well, I think they'll take any beginning they can get, even the rough ones, even the bad ones. MOUSESPORTS is just happy to have their first round on the board. AWP on Woxic, AWP on Chris J as well. And another slow-paced round, or at least slow-paced start for FNATIC. Look how aggressive the MOUSESPORTS defense has started getting. Pushing up to be in front of the smokes, to be at the point of entrance for FNATIC.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. Once Brolan or someone else or Golden gets out behind that E-box, it's generally been really hard to deal with. Golden has got a flashbang in hand, so I think he's waiting to set them up. Yeah, you see, he's waiting a second here.
Yeah, Brolin's listening for information. There's JW who goes down. He was getting cheeky, trying to find a pick down that lower ramp. There's the flashbang, there's the peek out, but Frozen and Kerrigan have a perfect bait and switch. Now just hiding behind the E-box and the op at distance. That's Woxic peeling his eyes away from Ivy, and they know where Golden is.
Oh.
He's gonna stand tall, headshot onto Woxic. Anything he can take away is a benefit. Oh, that's gorgeous. Going back for more, but the op, he got tagged, and a slow peek is gonna make it easy for Chris J. But that was dangerous.
Yeah, those were some very crisp shots coming out from Golden. That looked beautiful. So, 8-2, round number 11, and yeah, you're right, that setup, I mean, Frozen not quite getting flashed, so even if Kerrigan went down, the revenge is going to be that. This is very cool. I can't believe he actually got that second kill. Still money on the FNATIC side, though.
Ooh, JW takes a little bit of damage, but he's fine with it. Just wanted the angle quick enough. This time it's a passive MOUSESPORTS defense. There's an up trained from the end of Ivy towards ladder room as well. If JW tries to make a play, likely get picked off. That's Woxic keeping an eye on it.
Waiting for a long time, not getting anything. And not getting the timing either. Woxic moving a bit further forward. Harder to get him smoked off from here, but also way more risky if they actually decide to try and run him down. And I don't know, dropping the bomb again. Still too early to know, but it could be another kind of main and pop dog type play coming out here for the Swedes.
The nice thing is because there's a double op setup, Woxic's been peeking pretty damn deep, and Chris J's out in the yard as well. They're peeking into these choke points. It's allowed MOUSESPORTS to keep their hands on, or keep some of the utility prepared for the late stage. They've got 4 flashes, 2 nades. Unfortunately, no Molotovs or smokes to slow down an inner hit, but they have 2 players here. Rops close up along the wall by Spindle, and Frozen behind Pop Dog, and a footstep is made.
Yeah, they have 1 HE that's being thrown by Frozen right about now, and a flashbang to try and counter it with, but that's all the grenades here on the B-bomb side. Flush over the big opening, taking down Kerrigan. Frozen goes down right afterwards, and that is a clean entry. They trade favorably 2 for 3, and now the question is, can those double ops retake? Is it even worth it to try? Well, now it might be. They're going to get 1, and surely they'll stop peeking Chris at this point in time and just leave it alone. They have a Molotov on Crims, and there's no smoke. If he can escape and fall back, he could probably win the round by throwing that grenade, but he's actually stuck down there on the low ground. It's super risky. There's another kill for Chris, and now Crims. Can he time that grenade? Is it worth it to try, or do you just want to go for the rifle? Walks right in. There's the one, and now he walks in and Woxic on the other side. Man, that is going to be a huge round for MOUSESPORTS to win here. Should just have it.
If he had just used that Molotov before he went for that peek, they would have had the win. This is narrow victories for MOUSESPORTS clawing back into this game, but that was a very winnable clutch for FNATIC. 8-3. Still, even if they lose all these rounds in this half, it's a phenomenal half from FNATIC no matter what happens. And the fun thing for FNATIC too is all the pressure they get to apply to MOUSESPORTS. Look at how close they are to being reset. They have them on the verge. They just need to get that final win to push them over the edge. It's a half buy for FNATIC. The hero AK on Brolin. Deagle's picked up as well. So a great chance for MOUSESPORTS to get to some safety by building up money behind this buy, but Brolin's going to find a pick again.
Yeah, once again, he's allowed to get out here. I mean, he's taking a lot of damage, but it's allowing for the bomb plant. There's 3 people stuck on the A side. Yeah, they find Brolin, and that's fine, but they need to do more here still. It's not really done yet. Even if it's just pistols, that's a really quick bomb plant. And MOUSESPORTS, they might make a mistake in getting here. The Deagle from Brolin, or Golden, sorry, will take care of it. Another almost headshot nearly coming through. Flusher and Crims now, 2 on 3. And MOUSESPORTS need to be a little bit quick step to get in here. They need to move, or they could run out of time.
Oh, Flusha is going to play with his Molotov. They might not know he's here because they think it's cleaned out. He's going to wrap around the other side of the bomb train. Up on hand. He's got him so low, and the bomb is not planted for Crims. This should be a 1 round for MOUSESPORTS. And indeed it will. Good shot onto Chris. Go back for more. Get 1 more kill, and that's the op. What a huge frag to find right at the last second. There's going to be no... Actually, excuse me. Frozen can drop an AWP. But, man, this is so much for MOUSESPORTS to deal with.
Yeah, that's pretty outrageous, isn't it? And again, I don't know. There were a couple of tiny mistakes there for FNATIC that cost them. We've seen it. You mentioned it really early on. What happens when Brolin gets out in that yard and has space to fight? I mean, this time it's 1 AK and pistols, and they almost win the round.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the last time he got out and got an opening pick, the follow-up to that play was 2 more players streaming out of ladder room and attacking the bomb train. So when MOUSESPORTS see it happen again, that very same play that AK-47 out mid, that's why when we switch over to the players inside for FNATIC, they find a completely clear and defenseless bomb site. It's because MOUSESPORTS had seen that before, and it was a hit towards the outer side. They just bit so much on that presence from Brolin because they didn't want a repeat of what happened previously. FNATIC, if they win this round, likely ends this half with an 11-4 lead.
Wow, yeah, that's true. I mean, it's right there for them. Just pick it up and suddenly the slow tentative comeback that MOUSESPORTS are trying to make here will be completely flattened. Pushing right through the smoke, trying to take the fight. It was a cool idea. I really liked the guts on Golden there, but he goes down to Kerrigan, and that kind of slows it down for FNATIC. If he would have got that kill, surely they would have exploded right onto the site.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine they would. You have to think so. Unfortunately, not to be. Kerrigan takes him down, and Brolin's going to step up to the plate. So is JW coming in with the op. Looks like they want to readjust. Crims makes a footstep towards the inner bomb site. That's going to be heard. You do have 2 players in ladder room for the moment. That's Frozen and Chris J. I think this is a fake. I think the bomb... Oh, no, excuse me. The bomb is actually coming in towards the inner bomb site as well. So it will just be a hit here.
2 people down, Pop Dog. If they can find Robs right away, and maybe, yeah, they have smokes to block off Woxic, so if they can just take care of Robs, maybe there's a chance here. The flank is going to be quick, you have to assume. Rob's not flashed at all. 27 seconds. He's waiting on the other side. That smoke is going to be up for a while now, and that's a problem for FNATIC. They need to go right here. But coming through, you see what the result is. An easy kill, and now he could fall back a little bit. 16 seconds. The bomb is now on the ground. Robs with a beautiful double, and that might have secured the round here for MOUSESPORTS. All the backup is coming in. Yeah, that was good play from Robs.
I'll say this, there are 2 clutches in this game that FNATIC have been put in a position where I think they were very winnable clutches. One of them was the one we just saw previously, and I think they probably win those if the scoreline is closer when they occur. But the fact that FNATIC was up, 8-0 when the first one happened, and then 8-2 or 8-3, I think their players played a little loose with the fundamentals, and that's allowed MOUSESPORTS back into this game. That's allowed them to scrape 5 rounds together and potentially get to 7 before this half is all said and done. I think they've given just a bit too much of an opportunity to MOUSESPORTS to claw back on the CT side. Even though it's not going to be great, I mean, at least you've given yourself something to work with in the second half.
Yeah, very, very quick. Brolin just going straight for the fight, committing to it all the way through. The rest have to follow it up. Frozen goes down. Chris pushing forward, and there's fire everywhere. Really hard for FNATIC to find some ground to stand on, but they'll get the kill on Chris anyway, and that's a 3-on-3. Very interesting. Robs is coming in from the back line through Pop Dog with an auto shotgun, while Kerrigan and Woxic are holding the other side, and especially Woxic with that AWP. That should be critical. Could they find the timing? Oh, he goes down to Crims. Oh, no.
That's through the smoke. Crims is shooting and then looking back. Rop's waiting for it. Double pump to the top of the head. 2 players left, Golden and JW, slowly creeping up along the wall, getting very close to the bomb train. And Rops has to respect the inner bomb site. They have no idea if FNATIC is rotating back, so a lot of this falls on Kerrigan's shoulders.
Yes, it does. They need to continue this. Mouse and Kerrigan walking out. 45 seconds. He's going to execute JW. And Golden couldn't even really... I mean, maybe he could, but wasn't quick enough to try and flank for that one. Now Kerrigan's got a good shot at this. He's still going to go down. Nice peek. Golden he's just been so assertive in some of these peeks. He hardly sees anything really on point. He's picked up the bomb and hasn't seen Robs for a good 30 seconds at least. Trying to fake it out. Look at this. Using the sound of the smoke.
He's taking too much long. I think he's taking too much time if he wants to go for the fake. He's going to have to start running. It feels like...
Yeah.
Oh, but Rops has been pulled outside. That fake just works so well. So well, even though he does slow play it. And now a perfect plant position that won't give away the game. He can go pretty much anywhere in the bomb site he would like.
All the pressure is on Robs. The sooner he could spot Golden, if he could see him at all, that would be huge, but he's going to have to get back in here, and he's got no smokes or anything. Again, that's one of those tools he could use to force Golden into a fight. Now instead, he gets caught. Nice play from Golden. Fantastic 1 versus 2. We'll give him a 9th round.
You're right. Golden has been peaking with some ridiculous confidence in this game, and he has hit some very precise shots. There's a good reason why he's playing with confidence, because I think he can feel that he's on point. He's hit some very, very nice entries, some nice, solid, quick peaks. And Crims is, I mean, we only see it there. We don't have the context. He did spam like 2 magazines into that smoke. He got a little bit lucky, but he certainly put the bullets in, the efforts into being that lucky. And here comes that economic ruin for MOUSESPORTS. Just only late enough to really give FNATIC an advantage in this final round of the half.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I think as well there's a psychological advantage. If FNATIC could win this one 10-5, right, then yeah, MOUSESPORTS go on a 5-round run, but I mean, it certainly feels very different from if they could have had all 7 rounds and really like built that huge comeback. It's going to be falling just a little bit flat if they can't pick this up. Smoked out from PopDog, and trying to escape the smoke to help fight in the yard will get at least one of them killed. Nice enough shot from Woxic, and a lot of damage. JW nearly down. He's holding his own out there. What a setup.
Ooh, good double kill from Chris J. Yeah, coming right through the smoke. They never knew there was 2. Flusha set up the play so that they could actually punish the player in ladder, but they didn't know there was a second. So MOUSESPORTS have done just enough down the stretch, winning 6 of the final 7 to give themselves a chance. We're heading to the halftime break, and we'll be right back with the conclusion.
Could be a whole new direction for this team. We don't know where they're going. We don't know what maps they're prioritizing. We're about to learn with the rest of the world here, so I think that's fair enough.
People probably underestimate how dominant they were. I'm sure statistically they probably have all the records. I don't think they'll ever be beaten, quite frankly.
NIP were just an amazingly fun team to watch.
It's going to be really interesting in the beginning. It's a new lineup. A lot of the younger players, less experienced players that I'm used to working with in the past.
Well, now we have to see what this new NIP roster without any of the legends on it, what they're going to be capable of. Whenever you got to cast NIP back in the day, it felt like you'd won the lottery because you're always going to get just one of the very best games.
Almost impossibly good. I mean, it legitimately is the case that when they would win those 87 maps in a row, and what people forget is that was just like the first, I think, 6 months or something.
Because on every level, NIP could dominate, and they're similar to some of the teams that we have today, where there's just so much raw talent on the team.
It's kind of like Astralis when they were in their prime. Yes, someone could beat them, but that was actually the unlikely scenario. And in fact, you knew if they played that team in the next tournament, they'd just go and get revenge immediately and be right back on top.
And they had a bit of that hive mind Swedish element, the way that FNATIC had it in 2015, somewhere around there, right? It wasn't like there was a fixed strategy to it. It was just, oh, look, GetRight got 3 kills because he somehow managed to sneak all the way onto the opposite B site and then backstabbed everybody. And you could expect that every game. It was the meme where, oh, where's GetRight? Look behind you, because that's where he is. And 9 times out of 10, he was shooting you in the back. Forrest is Forrest. He could just do it all. He was a god. Freiberg, fearless. He had the trust of his teammates, the king of banana, coming up with the big plays, opening up bomb sites, taking over entire sections of the map. But what was great about that team was that you could always tell that it was like a brotherhood in that team.
In terms of how important NIP's era was, so I actually thought it really established CSGO as a game, because at the time it was considered an inferior game to CS Source and CS 1.6, and most people thought it was a joke. So I think actually to have some big legends from 1.6 come in, dominate the game immediately, therefore showing there's something to this game. There's a reason it's not just a different team winning every event. I think it actually legitimized the game, and then even though they were very, very dominant, they were only dominant for the first couple of years. So then finally, once the game had built its way up, then other people got their chance and we got to have more of an open scene.
They were such a special team, and they had that magic around them.
You almost can't overstate how dominant they were.
Pushing
Maybe it's bad
second
mobile.
lane.
All cleared.
Don't be on top default.
One in the back.
One in the
Voxic
back.
and David.
Yeah, I'm smoking
Back
C4.
on top default.
Default,
Side.
default.
Diffusing. Shot in the back. Shot in the back.
Higher,
Higher, higher.
Upper. Last one.
Yeah, really? Yeah, okay, man.
Any money.
Classic. Oh, that's frustration. I mean, rightfully so. He did get needlessly killed for just by Crims being really great with the deal. But yeah, you could sense the frustration there on MOUSESPORTS, even winning that round.
Well, you can also, that's also a frustration probably building up over some time as they probably haven't been playing up to their own expectations. But that was a really frustrating comeback for them, considering they were always just on the edge of not having any money to spend and not even being able to fight. FNATIC did a great job of applying pressure throughout that whole half, even while losing. But MOUSESPORTS did an even better job of hanging on in a half where it probably felt like they should have been buried. 9-6 is the score going into the second pistol in the favor of FNATIC, who now switches over to the defensive side. And, okay, that's a decoy. I was worried.
Yeah, calm down, Jason. We're
If
gonna
that had been a smoke, I would have felt really bad.
We're gonna have to see if MOUSESPORTS can pick this up. If they can win this pistol here on the T side, I mean, that's gonna surely re-energize the team a little bit. If they get swatted here, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it's all on this round, I think, a lot of it anyway. I like the fact that they have the P250 on Robs. I mean, they go for a little bit of a long fight. Frozen is holding over at Ivy, so I guess he's going to be going really late in. So here's my question. Are they going to plant so that Frozen can actually use that for something? If they plant default, then this flank for Frozen is not going to be that great.
I think it depends on how much success the FNATIC defense has. It looks like they want to plant on the right side of the bomb train, but if Crims or anyone is to get a kill or two on the entrance, then all of a sudden you'd kind of just be in a situation where it's get the bomb planted no matter where it is, and there it is. It's planted default. So Frozen has to be very careful with how he executes this flank. Good nade from Flusha.
Yeah, the problem is if he's the last one left Frozen, yeah, he could be in a position where he can't even stop the defuse. Woxic missing a lot of shots. There's Golden going down. Frozen, a couple of more seconds, and he needs to be there. They're all running up, but it's a 5-on-3 for the retake. Crims is going down. There's Frozen, shooting them in the back. Robs as well chiming in. Chris will drop next, and they'll clean all of it up. Brolin has a kit, and he's already on the bomb, so that will be the round in favor of FNATIC. Good retake.
Yeah, that flank was actually coming in pretty fast, all things considered, and it was a good thing, as you said, because the bomb planted at default, but not enough. It did cause a distraction, did allow a little bit of a window of opportunity for MOUSESPORTS to win that pistol, but FNATIC just get real aggressive on the choke points, peeking into MOUSESPORTS, 10-6. That's both pistol rounds won from FNATIC, and we'll see if they can build this into a hot start, but MOUSESPORTS is going to challenge. 2 AKs picked up, one on Frozen, one on Rops, a scout on Woxic as well.
I mean, they have the weapons to do a lot of damage here. Those 2 AKs are actually better than almost everything there. JW going down. That was Woxic with the scout, no less. Bringing him. And, I mean, Brolin has an AUG, so that we know he's really good with that. He's proving that that still has a place in the game.
Yeah, but these AKs are scary. It looks like Chris, they could be lining up for a double drop. Golden waiting patiently. Nade in Molotov to ladder room. Golden's gonna burn. What a great find from MOUSESPORTS. Good entries. One provided by Woxic, one provided by Utility.
That really is a classic setup. And Crims being cross-fired right outside of main. He was going to go down either which way. So now, I mean, not even a fight being put up here. FNATIC just get taken down. Now Brolin will finally find a kill. There's one, but Woxic will find him with a scout right afterwards. And that just leaves Flusha stuck in here.
Yeah, how did this happen? MOUSESPORTS didn't even have to really do anything to get those kills. Didn't even really have to be aggressive. Oh dear. For FNATIC, this is rough. Flusha's gonna go down at the end. There's no way he wins this battle against Rups. It's 10-7. That's a good rebuttal, a good response from MOUSESPORTS.
Truly is. I mean, it's not going to make up for the fact that they had such a terrible first half, but losing the pistol round, you're going to think, yeah, it's all fine. We're right back in action. And I mean, with the experience of people like Chris and Kerrigan, and maybe even Robs at this point has been playing for a while, you have to assume that they will have been through these kind of comebacks very many times. So they'll probably have the confidence to tell the team, you know what, we're right back. Don't worry about it. Pistols, CCs picked up there in an MP9 on Broland.
And this is going to hurt when FNATIC is able to get out the big guns, the AWP, all the utility. If they're to lose this round, it's going to be a while before FNATIC can have a decent fight. So that lead will dwindle. Here we go. Execute. Set piece. Everyone's coming out. We'll see what these pistols can do. Brolin is out in the open by E-Box. He's blind, and the shoulder is showing, and Kerrigan's got a freebie.
Yeah, with his own AUG, no less. That's just spiteful. Bomb getting planted inside, and no one there to stop it. JW's been waiting over on this side of the bomb site for a while, hoping for a free kill, but no one wants to move up. And I mean, why should they at this point? They already got the bomb down. They can all see it from where they are. Golden will find a kill on Kerrigan, and here's JW going for the swing. Oh, he's a second too late. That is some unfortunate timing. Good counter kills coming out from FNATIC. I mean, they're doing so much here. Surely they can't bring it back.
No!
Unbelievable.
Oh, they've done it. I can't believe that has happened. MOUSESPORTS giving it right back.
That's actually hard to deal with. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I didn't even see that coming. That felt like it was all MOUSESPORTS all the way, and then it just wasn't. What, again, Golden with these impact kills. Headshot onto Frozen. I think that's two players that actually ran out of ammunition. Rops had to reload at the end, and whoever was in old hell ran out of bullets as well, and Crims made easy work with them with the MP9. They're not out of the woods just yet. It's another buy from MOUSESPORTS. AWP on the field, 2 AKs, 2 Galils. But this is getting rough. Woxic committed with the up. He's got the first and the second like a shotgun. Gonna peek wider into the bomb site. On top of the train, misses narrowly. And Golden goes down as well, and Woxic has made his presence known.
Man, I just want to see this Woxic every single time. This is beautiful to watch. What an aggressive play. And surely this can't go bad now, but it can anyway. What? Flusher gets the kill on Chris. They just had it. They just had a 4-on-2, and it spun around in a second. He misses the chance through, but they could find him. They could go and find him at the E-Box. Woxic wants to continue. He's already got the 4 kills, and Flusher will take him down. This is a stupid round. What just happened?
Again, it was all MOUSESPORTS all the way until it wasn't. I cannot believe that. First of all, Crims has some fine work, some fine shooting at the back of the bomb train. That is some excellent precision. And we thought we'd seen stressed out Coach Regin face. It's going to be worse after this round. This is a 5-on-2. Woxic provides 3 entries. But look at this from Crims. Doesn't go down. Great repeat. A 3rd kill on top of the train before he finally gets found by Woxic. But it's unfair that Woxic was even put in that position.
Yeah. They just
even Crims is like, just like, I don't know, we'll take it.
I don't know. I would have to rewatch that round very many times along with the other one to even try and figure out what's going on here.
It's highway robbery. The only thing that there's like any kind of positive, I mean, again, it's another one of those situations. At least MOUSESPORTS has kept the money low. At least they're getting those plants as this losing bonus builds so that they can buy these weapons. They have 3 AKs and 2 Deagles to work with. But this is just weird. Yeah,
it feels like we've entered the Twilight Zone here. I just don't know what's happening any longer.
It's like we've gone back to the past. FNATIC has always been able to win rounds where it's just like they have no business winning it.
Yeah.
They're doing it again. They've done it twice in a row now.
I think every single one of their opponents hope that that era never comes back. Where suddenly they went around and they're like, giggling their way back into the game, and you're like, what? Oh, man.
The classic FNATIC timeout.
Yeah,
those were... A lot of players probably still have bad nightmares about that.
It was impressive, though. JW about to get snuck up on.
MOUSESPORTS is taking so much...
Scratch that.
That's a weird side swipe. Yeah, oh my god. I can't explain any of this.
I don't know how no one was holding that. That can't be JW's job when he's all the way back there. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a mistake there coming out from the Fnatic defense. They take some rounds. They give some back, I guess.
This is turning out to be a very strange second half in the early going. MOUSESPORTS is going to regain the advantage. They have the AWP now on Kerrigan. That can get passed over to Woxic, and we saw what he can do with it. But
yeah,
both these teams just barely maintaining any semblance of a hold of this map. I don't know. I don't think Fnatic will be able to do it again. I would almost like to see them. I don't think they will, but I would like to just see them save. You've now extended this to a 5-round lead on your CT side. You only need 4 more. MOUSESPORTS has a lot of catching up to do. I would just get to a point where you can feel comfortable with your economy before you start really battling for these rounds. Even if they force by here and win, it's likely a situation where they can be immediately reset. So at some point, you have to want to just feel comfortable with what you've got moving forward.
it's sound economic advice, Jason, which they'll completely ignore.
Yeah, I assumed as much, and it's hard to really argue with it when you look at the results, right? Like, it's one side is theory, and the other side is, well, they're winning these rounds. Whoa. But still, I don't think you can really rely on winning 2 or 3 of them in a half.
You shouldn't be allowed to, that's for sure, but maybe it will work out that way. Roland's already taken down 1. MOUSESPORTS have thrown all of their grenades into this. They have nothing left. They need to do something. I mean, the entire A yard is covered in smoke right now, and no one can move forward. And that's a big issue.
It's so crazy. That's just straight up through the smoke. And it stops everything. 1 spam kill through the smoke, and MOUSESPORTS stops cold. And even though you have the op, where do you go from here? You have no tools. You have nothing to give you an advantage fight.
Chris is low
I
on
guess
health.
the biggest benefit is this play from Kerrigan.
Yeah, he started to make his way out, but look at Golden. He's walking right behind him. He could take them both down. If he turns right here, it's going to be a done round, and Fnatic will somehow have done it for a 3rd time. A little bit of a sneak in, a lot of damage, and Golden to follow it up. I mean, again, it shouldn't be happening even one of these times. So this is a 3rd round that Fnatic just make work.
Chris might as well throw the op into a corner that they're never going to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can win this. 3 different angles are going to come from ladder room, T-choke, and that's Flusha to finish it off from behind. AK salvaged, AWP salvaged. Man, MOUSESPORTS have just... If you thought they were frustrated before, they're certainly frustrated now that they cannot... They're winning enough rounds to get them started on this T side. They just can't actually convert to follow-up. AK's out again for MOUSESPORTS. They're down by 5, 13-8.
And that also tests the limit of MOUSESPORTS' economy. So if Fnatic can finally turn this into sort of another win here. Good grenades towards main. Oh, that's going to cause a lot of damage. Look at that with the follow-up Molotov, I think, down there. That's almost taken down 3 people, and now they're in a little bit of trouble, but they're still fighting back. Frozen with 2 headshots, and now they have to fall back and hide. 3 versus 4. I can't believe MOUSESPORTS make their way out. There were so many grenades raining down on main, and somehow all they lose is Woxic.
Yeah, well, Chris, a chance, but JW peaks at 3-on-3. That's an opportunity for a retake. They have so much utility. 3 smokes, plenty of flashbangs, a Molotov, and all of them have kits. JW is going to be patient. Hope someone's going to peek into it. He missed the chance, missed the shot. Flusha now at connector, and Krims finds one. That's frozen to go down, but Rops is still alive and still dealing out death, and Flusha will not be able to find the bomb. Finally, MOUSESPORTS. They return the favor. But they need a 2nd round in a row. What are the odds that Fnatic buys here?
I'm just going to follow the same thing you were saying earlier. They should say, no, we still have the lead, guys. Don't do it. Let's just finally reset this a little bit. You know, get maybe into, a safe AWP for JW. Let's try and make that work. Fnatic cam's obviously outrageous.
As it should be.
MOUSESPORTS fans can't even breathe at this point in time.
I'm watching the game. I'm not even on the fan cams, and I can barely breathe with what's going on. Fnatic have a huge advantage in the odds. as they should with this kind of a scoreline this late in the map, but MOUSESPORTS showing resilience and closing the gap quickly.
A lot of resilience. I mean, the 5-1 bet there, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I just don't know if I could keep having confidence in FNATIC the way that that they've been winning some of these rounds. Kerrigan with a nice triple lineup. They only had pistols, and yeah, it's going to give them a 10th round here on the MOUSESPORTS side, but for the love of God, keep the economy going. You might need it at some odd moment down the road. Flusher now. 1 versus 5, and would love to be able to sneak in a kill. Gonna be late. I don't think you even keep
Or
anyone in.
defuse.
Well, that would be something.
That would be something. 3-round lead, 13-10. I like that FNATIC took the pause, took the breath to save and get some money behind him. Now let's see what they've got. Now let's see if they can have a dominant victory, and then you can start building up some money behind you. Scout on JW is a bit rough. M4 on Crimson Golden. They do have 1 kit on Flusha. He's had to drop down to an SMG to be able to handle all the utility he'd like. MOUSESPORTS has all the money.
Yeah.
They're rich behind this buy, and it's going to be fast-paced. Some nade worked. JW, or excuse me, Crims goes down. I don't know where JW came from, but Kerrigan jumps right past Crims' crosshair.
Yeah, great work from the captain of the team, charging his way through, and he's going to keep going. And that is a bit bold. Over on the other side, Flusher with one of the MP9. He's picked up an AK grenade down on the ground, and he's not going to get more kills. Does a bit of damage. Oh, man. I think if he'd got that AK out, maybe have been a big spray down there. 3 on 3, and the bomb is not planted yet. Rob's trying to control them up front, and Chris making his way over to put the bomb down. Huge kill coming in as Brolin drops to the ground. Rob's just controlling that part of the map. Golden coming in, though, taking down Woxic, going for the flank. Chris is right there, and a great headshot, leaving it 1 versus 2, and they know exactly where Robs is. He's been here the whole time, so they've got, well, a good chance of finding him. Up on top of the train, Scout on the one side, and the M4 on the other. There's 1 kill for Robs, almost getting caught midair and falling back around. He could play this game. The bomb is exactly in his field of view, and Golden is low on health, and that'll be the clutch for Robs. Great win, a quad kill. And MOUSESPORTS at 11 rounds.
Yeah, he's up to 25 frags, Rops. That's a brilliant display. And he's just stopped carrying in that round, pushing all the way up sidewalk, using a flash to push into the smoke to find that first kill. And there was nothing they could do. JW was still stuck with that scout. He wasn't going to find a good fight to take at any point. Golden did everything possible.
Oh, absolutely outrageous what it is we're seeing here. Couple of HE grenades. Was he advertising Robs?
Yeah, even Kerrigan's getting it on the fan cams.
Good job.
Here we go. Chris J feeling sprightly. Not for long, but the first kill was cool.
FNATIC finally can't continue the circus. Finally, they actually lose a round that they're supposed to lose. But the money now for MOUSESPORTS is skyrocketing. 13-12. FNATIC actually have a slightly, well, they've got no armor on JW, but they got a slightly better buy in terms of the rest of the team. This is an absolutely crazy game.
This second half has just been pure mayhem. I don't know how to read what's coming next. I feel like every round FNATIC should win, they lose, and every round they should lose, they win. The important thing is MOUSESPORTS has now ran off 4 in a row. They're just back by 1 round. FNATIC gonna buy again, and this is the first time they've been able to afford the op themselves. JW's picked it up. And actually a little bit, I mean, that's a weird purchase when you think that Flusha could have dropped the op and they both could have had armor.
True.
So a bit of a miscue on the buying. We'll see how it goes, but FNATIC's in some trouble. MOUSESPORTS coming back into this. Both teams' defense is looking very scattered.
Man, we are nearing the end of this map, and I still don't know who's going to win this. MOUSESPORTS have definitely rediscovered themselves. They're back in the mix and looking like a really energetic team at the moment. Fight going on. Brolin with a double spray down. That's massive. Picks up an AK-47. And Robs and Chris, they didn't even look like they were ready for it. Both of them down in a second. Going for the return, though, is Kerrigan. He's been great, and they know exactly where he is. And it continues right back in a 3-on-3. Why not?
This is some online Counter-Strike, baby. Everyone's going with some insanity. Everyone's being hyper-aggressive. Look at Golden. He's not going to sit back and wait. Kerrigan's at E-Box. Golden knows it. Sees the shadow. There's the kill. Missed the first initial shot, and Woxic has the trade. Now this op on JW can finally get put into play. He's aiming above at the train as well. It's a perfect angle.
Yeah, he's got the right idea. He doesn't want to double zoom because then he can actually see if anyone is coming closer on that left-hand side. So he's going to have to be really worried about that.
Ooh.
Does maybe slightly see someone. There's a chance, but he misses. And you could see without the X-ray, it's great. It's very, very hard to see exactly what's going on. Frozen will put the bomb down. Woxic is covering far behind with the AWP, but there are a fair few grenades. A smoke and a Molotov. They can absolutely force Woxic into a really uncomfortable position if they can get close to the site, that is.
Yeah, JW's got that as well. Probably going to be a hard timing to figure out when he wants to deploy the smoke. Flusha with flash nade Molotov. No utility used just yet. The kit is there as well. Oh, he spots the shoulder. Now they know. Nade is going to come out for Frozen. Molotov as well to that position to force him into the open. But the smoke is actually going to let him escape. And JW's blind, and JW's gone down. All that's left is to stick this bomb. He's got to get it. Woxic with the up. Can't miss once. And he has. It's a quick scope. The Deagle's got it. And Woxic goes down as well, but in victory. 13-13.
My God, that is close. I almost wonder if they would have gone off anyway there with the bomb, but I don't know. He came off it to go for the kill. He almost had to. It is down to a very, very narrow margin in this game right here. Kerrigan bringing it back early on in this round with double kill after Brolin almost took it all away. And now the excitement has started to really kick off there, as you could tell. He's got every name written down. Kerrigan has taken it to the next level. 27th round. And here we go. Golden with a headshot. No, not again. It can't keep happening. There has to be an end.
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't let this happen. FNATIC, this is too much even for you. Frozen's gonna wrap around the bomb train, and that should be the winning kill. That should seal it. Uh-oh. Here we go. Knives are out. We've got a stab. Now we've got JW with the knob. Oh! I cannot believe it! He's found Rops, and we have a 2-on-2 scenario.
I mean, there should be no way. Winning this round with nothing but pistols, 2-on-4, knifing and then shooting someone with an AWP. It's 1 in a million that they could actually bring this one back. They have none of the utility needed. No smokes, no kits, no armor. This is just, I mean, it almost might be worth it for FNATIC to just save this AWP. Even though they just hit such a great shot, it probably is the smarter choice. They've got the right idea, but Kerrigan is about to walk in and kill JW. It's a second away. Yeah, there we go. And Frozen taking care of Flusha. And they live through the round, MOUSESPORTS. Man. Utter madness.
The fact that that's even realistic is wild. Absolutely wild. What a sequence from JW. Ooh.
Should never happen, should it? I mean...
14-13. Listen, FNATIC, like, as crazy as it's been, FNATIC is getting bodied. It's going kind of under the radar because they've been able to pull off some miraculous things. This is 6 in a row from MOUSESPORTS. FNATIC has no fight in this, really.
No, you're right. I mean, if not for some of these crazy rounds, this is already over. MOUSESPORTS have already made the finish line, so yeah, they're gonna have to step it up some way. They finally have a real buy. It's been like at least 6 or 7 rounds since they've had this kind of a buy. So let's see if that will actually make the difference.
I don't think FNATIC has had this kind of a buy in the entire game. Even the last time JW had an op, it was a glass cannon.
Look at Flusha, he's alone in there.
Some good tagging, some good spam, and Flusha, 2 kills for him.
It's just him there. I mean, Golden was all the way back in Crims as well, but it really was just him. He'll find one more kill for the triple. Oh dear. How has he managed to do this? He keeps going. He'll continue with a quad kill. He's looking for the ace. He didn't even bother the reload. He just wanted to keep going there. Finally, probably will have to. He's got 3 bullets left. Come on, Flusha. Don't be showing off like this. Yeah, there it is. And now Woxic on the other side, sneaking up with the AWP. And ace comes in for Flusha, and that's a way to bring it back. And surely his team is going to be rallied behind it. I'm not even seeing any emotion on his face. It's tied up at 14-14.
Those dead, lifeless eyes. 14 all. And yeah, I mean, just don't go at Flusha in crunch time. What a time to deliver an ace. All 5 kills. And Flush is keeping FNATIC in this, keeping MOUSESPORTS off map point. And look at the money, Anders. Look at the money for MOUSESPORTS. The tables have turned. If MOUSESPORTS lose this, they're fighting with scraps the next round. They're fighting with scraps just to tie the points. This round is massive for both of these teams. The up on JW, it hasn't seemingly felt impactful on the CT side just yet.
What a game we're witnessing here. I mean, I feel like we've been blessed here today. This level of game, you did say this is the marquee matchup for today, and I think that's on point for now. 29th round here. AK's AWP, limited on the grenades on the MOUSESPORTS side. They could definitely get into a bomb site with what they have, but they're not going to have a lot for the after plant, which could still be a big deal. There's Broland picking off Rops with the Auger down in Pop Dog, and he's going to be sticking around. Crims is there with him. Oh, but Kerrigan once again bringing it back. A swift shot with the AK-47, and he wants to keep going. JW hits the ground, and now Kerrigan jumping up. He wanted to take that fight, but Broland and Flusher will follow it up with a kill on Frozen. 2 versus 3, and MOUSESPORTS, how do they help each other out here?
For the moment, they don't. Brolin in ladder room has a good position, and Woxic's going to back away. Now they can meet up, and now they can work together. Very little utility on both teams. 2 flashes for FNATIC to work with, 1 smoke for MOUSESPORTS. The problem is there's only 30 seconds, and the bomb is all the way back at Whitehall's. If they have to start running, and Brolin's going to hear it if they do. So they're either going right at Brolin, or they're giving all the information away.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He knows. Going to be calling it. You see already, Golden is rotating. Flusher's up on the high ground. And this is pretty much a checkmate position if you're coming in. It's almost impossible to check someone. They do it anyway. How are they not dead yet? 5 seconds, holding the angle. Woxic gets a kill, and now he turns around, nearly catching that one on Golden. But time has run out, and Golden will pick up that shot at the end. And that's 15 rounds for FNATIC. They somehow creep to the finish line. They are 1 round away. This is an incredible game. I haven't even looked at the scoreboard, but Golden is top fragging, tied with Rops at the top. I couldn't have guessed that at all.
Yo, but you know who needs to get some props on this T side is Kerrigan. He has been running out mid, and he's been good for... He's been guaranteed 1 kill, and he's been good for 2 or 3 at different times, and he's got Crim's number for the moment. If he could do it again here with the Tech 9, that would be spectacular, because they need something. It's a horrible buy, and they're taking so much utility damage. Crim's rifle out, he's got 1. He spots 2 more. That forces JW to spin. 1 player is out mid as well. JW gonna be shot from behind. He hears the bullets whizzing past. And still on top of the train, he's lying in wait. Good nade from Flusha, and that should seal it. All the insanity of this second half comes to a close.
I don't know. I just feel like MOUSESPORTS, the amount of energy they put in to even be competitive in this has just been amazing. You feel like they should be rewarded with at least a split of the points, but that is not how it's turning out right now. A 1 versus 3 with a Deagle. He has got the bomb. He's got a minute, but... I mean, he could actually walk in and put the bomb down right now for free with no one even there to stop him. And even if he does all of that, it's still going to be hard to hold it.
Yeah, well, you know, he doesn't have a rifle this time, which is going to make, yeah, as you said, make it intensely more difficult. But he does have a pretty miraculous clutch in this bomb site on this map.
I mean, here we go.
That
This
just
would be the
happened
perfect way to
recently.
end
We'll
it.
see if he can do it with the Deagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it away.
Here's Chris and his chance to actually get this done. He Molotov's deep. He's pushing up because why not? It's making it a little bit harder to find him, but they will. Oh, he turns around, gets the 1 kill, and nearly could have had that one. Look at Brolin.